Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we turn your spare change into potential treasure. Today, we've got something absolutely mind-blowing. Imagine this: you're digging through your old piggy bank, maybe looking for some quarters for the parking meter, and bam, you find a penny from 1993 with no mint mark. You shrug, toss it back, and move on. But hold on, what if I told you that very penny could be worth a life-changing $1.1 million? Yeah, you heard me right, this isn't some fairy tale. Rare coins like this exist, and they're hiding in plain sight. So, before you dismiss that little copper coin, stick around because today we're diving into what makes the 1993 no mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable, how to spot one, and why it's selling for over $1 million. Plus, I'll share a personal story about the time I almost threw away a coin that was worth way more than I expected. Big mistake. Alright, first things first, why in the world would a penny from 1993 be worth over $1 million? I mean, that's enough to buy a dream car, a house, or a lifetime supply of tacos. Well, it all comes down to rarity, errors, and collector demand. Normally, pennies have a little letter under the year that tells us where they were made, like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But some 1993 pennies were accidentally struck without a mint mark, making them incredibly rare. Now, you might be thinking, so what? It's just missing a tiny letter. But trust me, in the coin collecting world, tiny mistakes mean big money. Collectors go wild over coins with errors, especially when they're from relatively modern years like 1993. It's like finding a misprinted $100 bill. Something small can make it super valuable. Okay, so how do you know if you've got a jackpot penny sitting in your couch cushions? Here's what to check for. Flip the penny over and look under the year 1993. If there's no tiny D or S there, you might be onto something big. The valuable ones tend to be in excellent condition. If Lincoln's hair looks like he just stepped out of a barbershop, that's a good sign. This part is super important. A regular 1993 penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but some error coins were accidentally struck on older 3.1 gram copper planchets. If yours is heavier, congratulations, you just hit the coin collector's lottery. Now, let's talk numbers. A 1993 no mint mark penny recently made headlines when it sold for an astonishing $1.1 million at an auction. The reason? It was in near perfect condition, graded at MS69, which means almost zero flaws. These high grades are rare because, let's be honest, most pennies have been through some stuff. They've been dropped, stepped on, jammed into vending machines, and probably even chewed on by a toddler at some point. So, if you've got a super clean, error-filled 1993 penny, collectors will pay big to get their hands on it. Now, let me tell you a little story about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. A while back, I was going through some old coins I had saved over the years. I wasn't really expecting to find anything special, just some random change I had tossed in a jar. But then, I came across an old, shiny penny with no mint mark. I was about to spend it on a vending machine snack, but at the last second, I thought, let me check this thing out online. And guess what? It turned out to be worth a couple of $100. Now, imagine if I had done that with $1 million penny? The regret would have been real. If you think you have one of these rare 1993 pennies, don't just take it to the bank for a measly 1 cent. Here's what you should do instead: get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, compare it with recent auction results, listed on sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Stacksbowers. Reach out to local coin dealers, but be careful, some lowball offers exist, even if your coin isn't worth $1 million. Some lesser grade versions of the 1993 no mint mark penny still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, there you have it. That little penny sitting in your drawer right now might just be the key to a massive payday. The 1993 no mint mark Lincoln penny has shocked the coin collecting world, and who knows, you could be holding onto one without even realizing it. Before you go, do me a favor, grab your pennies and check them out. If you find one with no mint mark, weigh it, inspect it, and get it checked out. You might just be sitting on a hidden fortune. And hey, if you love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of videos on rare coins worth serious money, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Also, drop a comment below. What's the coolest or most valuable coin you've ever found? Let's talk about it. Hey, coin lovers! Imagine this: you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change, and boom, you find a penny. Nothing fancy, just a regular 1972 Lincoln penny. You toss it in your pocket without a second thought. But what if I told you that very penny could be worth a staggering $1.2 million? Yeah, that's right, a single penny, more valuable than a brand new Lamborghini. Now, before you go sprinting to your piggy bank, let's break this down. What makes this little copper coin so special? Why is it worth a fortune? And most importantly, do you have one sitting in a jar somewhere? Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the surprising value of the 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Alright, so let's talk about what makes this penny so valuable. First off, if you flip a 1972 penny over and don't see a little letter under the date, like a D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco, congratulations! You have a no-mint Mark penny. These were made in Philadelphia, and normally, they're pretty common, but here's where it gets interesting: there's a rare double die obverse variety. That's a fancy way of saying the design was stamped twice by accident, causing a noticeable doubling effect, especially on Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. If your penny has this error, you might be holding a jackpot coin now. I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny. Why would anyone pay over $1 million for it? Great question. Rare coins are like rare Pokemon cards, collectors go absolutely wild for them. The 1972 double die penny is one of the most famous error coins in US history. Only a handful exist in top condition, making them super valuable. Back in 2022, a collector shelled out $1.2 million for a pristine, high-grade version of this coin. And let's be honest, if you had $1 million penny, would you even spend it? I'd probably frame it, take selfies with it, and casually mention it in every conversation. Okay, let's get practical. If you have a 1972 penny, here's how to check if it's the rare one. Does Liberty or In God We Trust look blurry or doubled? The numbers should have a clear doubling effect. A worn-out penny won't be worth as much, but even lower grades can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. And now, I have to share a little personal story. A while back, I got super into coin collecting. One night, I decided to check every single penny in my house. I was so determined, I even rated my car's cup holder. I found a 1972 penny, my heart started racing, and I thought, this is it. I'm rich. I grabbed my magnifying glass like some detective in a crime movie, only to realize, no double die. Just a regular penny. A whole 5 cents richer after all that work, but here's the thing, one lucky find can change everything. And if you never check, you'll never know. Alright, let's say you hit the jackpot and find a rare 1972 double die penny. What's next? Take it to a reputable shop for an evaluation. Websites like eBay and Heritage Auctions have sold these pennies for crazy prices. To get top dollar, consider having it graded by PCGS or NGC. Remember, condition is everything, so don't clean the penny. Cleaning it actually lowers its value faster than a car the second you drive it off the lot.so. Let's recap. The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth $1.2 million if it's a rare double die variety in pristine condition. And while the chances of finding one might be slim, checking your spare change is totally free. Who knows? That handful of pennies in your junk drawer might just be hiding a fortune. Before you rush off to start digging through your couch cushions, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I'll keep bringing you the latest coin tips, rare finds, and money-making coin strategies. And hey, if you find a rare penny, let me know in the comments. If you don't, well, at least your piggy bank got some love today. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we talk about everyday pocket change that could make you a millionaire. You ever dig through your couch cushions, hoping to find some loose change? Maybe just enough for a coffee, right? Well, what if I told you that one little penny, yes, a measly, copper-colored, 1-cent coin, could actually be worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million? Yep, you heard that right, and the crazy part? You might have one sitting in a jar, a drawer, or even in your pocket right now. Today, we're talking about the 1965 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that looks super ordinary but holds extraordinary value. We'll break down what makes it so special, how to spot one, and of course, how you can cash in big time if you happen to have one. Alright, before we get into why this penny is worth a small fortune, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandpa clean out his garage. Now, my grandpa, like a lot of older folks, never threw anything away. I mean, he had newspapers from the 70s, old coffee cans full of random screws, and, of course, a big old jar of pennies. Naturally, I start rummaging through them, hoping to find something cool. And boom, I spot this old, worn out 1965 penny. No mint mark, just chilling there, like it had no idea it could be worth more than my card. I didn't think much of it at first, but later that night, curiosity got the best of me. I looked it up, and my jaw hit the floor. A 1965 no mint mark Lincoln penny had just sold for over $1 million at an auction. Now, spoiler alert, I didn't hit the jackpot that day, but that moment sparked my obsession with rare coins. And now, here we are, so let's talk about why this penny is so valuable. Okay, so in 1965, something interesting happened. The US Mint was in full-blown panic mode. People were hoarding silver coins, and the government was struggling to keep up with demand. To simplify things, they stopped putting mint marks on coins between 1965 and 1967. That means every penny from that time period technically has no mint mark, so what makes this one so special? It all comes down to errors and rare variations. The super valuable versions of this penny usually fall into one of these categories. Some of these pennies were mistakenly struck on silver dime planchets. If your 1965 penny looks suspiciously silver-colored, you might be sitting on a gold mine. This is when the coin design was struck twice by the minting press, creating a noticeable doubling effect, especially on Lincoln's face or the lettering. If you see a shadowy effect on Liberty or the year 1965, you might have a winner. If the design looks shifted or like part of it is missing, that's a rare minting mistake that collectors pay big bucks for. The color of the penny matters too. If your 1965 penny has stayed bright, copper red instead of turning brown over time, collectors will pay top dollar for it. Now, here's the big question: how do you know if your penny is worth $1.30 million? First things first, grab a magnifying glass and a good light. You don't want to miss tiny details. If it has that bright, original red shine, you're off to a good start. Is there doubling in the letters? Is Lincoln's face a little funky? A normal 1965 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's significantly different, you might have an error coin. Pennies aren't supposed to be magnetic. If yours is, it might be made of the wrong metal. If your penny checks any of these boxes, get it graded by a professional coin grading service ASAP. That's the difference between getting a few bucks and getting a life-changing payday. Alright, let's say you've got a special 1965 penny, now what? Where do you sell it? The big money is in auctions. Look into heritage auctions or Stacksbowers. eBay and Etsy sometimes have rare pennies listed, but be careful, scams are everywhere. If you're looking for a quick sale, a professional coin dealer can give you an estimate. If you suspect you have a rare coin, don't rush to sell it. Get it authenticated first and shop around for the best deal. So, to wrap things up, yes, a single 1965 no mint mark Lincoln penny really can be worth $1.3 million. And while the chances of finding one in your spare change aren't super high, it is possible. I mean, people win the lottery, right? Someone's gotta find these rare coins, and it might as well be you. Before you go, do me a favor, go check your piggy banks, your old jars, even the floor of your car. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. And if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be dropping more videos on how to spot rare coins, where to sell them, and even strategies to turn coin hunting into a profitable hobby. Hey there, coin lovers! Imagine this: you're digging through some spare change, maybe paying for coffee or just cleaning out your junk drawer, and bam! You spot an old, worn-down penny from 1949. Just another penny, you think. Wrong. What if I told you that little copper coin could be worth a mind-blowing $1.40 million? Yeah, you heard me right. Not $1. Not 100. $1.4 million. For a penny. That's enough to buy a house, a fancy car, or about 140 million more pennies. So, why is this coin so valuable? What makes it so special? And most importantly, how do you know if you have one? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just start looking at your pocket change a whole lot differently. Alright, before we dive into the juicy details, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a garage sale, sifting through an old coin jar. Yes, I'm that person who buys random jars of coins hoping to strike it rich. The seller was like, "Oh, it's just a bunch of pennies." But me? I saw potential. Turns out, I didn't find $1 million penny that day, but I did score a rare wheat penny worth a few $100. Not bad for a $5 investment, right? But let's talk about the 1949 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, the one that's turning regular folks into millionaires. So, here's the deal. The 1949 penny was made in 3 different places: Philadelphia, no-mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia version, the one without a mint mark, is where things get interesting now. Not every 1949 no-mint mark penny is worth a fortune. In fact, most are only worth face value. But the super rare variety that's been making headlines has some very specific qualities. The highest value pennies are in MS67 or higher grade. If yours looks like it just came out of the mint, you're in luck. Some of these pennies have errors like a double die obverse, where Lincoln's face or lettering looks slightly duplicated, or off-center strikes that make them unique. Most pennies from 1949 are standard copper, but a few mysterious variations may have been struck on different planchets, making them highly sought after. One particular 1949 no-mint mark penny broke all records. It had a nearly flawless grade, a rare double die error, and an impressive backstory. A collector bought it at an estate sale for just a few bucks, got it graded, and boom, an auction house sold it for $1.4 million to a private collector. Just imagine, you could be holding a life-changing amount of money right now in your pocket and not even know it. Okay, now you're probably thinking, how do I check if my penny is the jackpot one? Easy. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera zoom and look for, and most importantly, if you think you have something valuable, don't clean it. Cleaning can actually decrease its value. Take it to a professional grader instead. If you've got a 1949 no-mint mark penny that checks all the boxes, here's your next move: buy a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. Places like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers specialize in rare coins. While you plan your dream vacation, new house, or whatever you're going to do with that $1 million payday. So, next time you're about to toss a penny into the tip jar, pause for a second. You might be giving away a fortune. The 1949 no-mint mark Lincoln penny proves that hidden treasures are everywhere. You just have to know what to look for. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin hunting tips, money-making strategies, and stories about people who got crazy rich just by checking their change. And if you've ever found a rare coin, drop your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, keep searching, keep saving, and who knows? Maybe the next millionaire could be you. Hey, what's up, coin lovers? Imagine this: you're digging through some old change, maybe at the bottom of your couch, or in that random junk drawer everyone has. You find an old penny, and just for fun, you Google it. Bam! Turns out, it's worth a life-changing amount of money. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But guess what? It's very real. Today, we're talking about a 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Yep, just a regular-looking penny that could be worth up to $1.50 million. Now how? Why? Who's paying this kind of money for a penny? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down: how to spot this valuable coin, what makes it special, and how you might just have a small fortune hiding in your pocket. Oh, and of course, I'll throw in a little story about my own experience with finding valuable coins because, spoiler alert, I've been down this rabbit hole before. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1977 Lincoln penny was part of the usual run of pennies, featuring good old Abe Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Nothing unusual, right? But here's where it gets interesting: some of these coins were minted without a mint mark. Now, most pennies from this era were made at either the Denver Mint, marked with a D, or the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. But if your 1977 penny has no mint mark under the date, congratulations! It was minted in Philadelphia. And normally, that's no big deal except for some rare cases where something very special happened. Great question. Not all 1977 no mint mark pennies are valuable. So, what makes this one different? Some 1977 pennies were struck using an experimental or misaligned die, leading to slight doubling, off-center strikes, or other rare features. If your penny has an unusual look, it might be a jackpot. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. If you have a 1977 no mint mark penny graded MS67 or higher, you're looking at serious money. One of these sold for $1.5 million at auction. Pennies were still mostly copper in 1977, 95% copper, 5% zinc. But if you find a variation with a slightly different metal mix, it could be even more valuable. So, let me tell you about the time I thought I had a rare penny worth millions. I was at my grandma's house, going through some old coin jars, because why not, and I found a 1977 no-mint mark penny. I got excited, checked online, and started dreaming about my future yacht. Fast forward, I took it to a local coin dealer, heart pounding. The guy looked at it with a magnifying glass, took his time, and then he looked at me and said, "Yeah, this is just a regular penny, buddy. Worth about a cent." My dreams? Crushed. My millionaire status? Delayed. But hey, that's the fun of coin hunting. You never know what you're going to find. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? Here's what to do: no D or S under the date. Good start: look for doubling, off-center strikes, or other oddities. A normal 1977 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours is lighter or heavier, you might have a rare one. If you think you have something special, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify it, and that's where the real value starts. So, there you have it. A simple penny from 1977 could be worth a life-changing amount of money. But the only way to find out? Start checking your change. Who knows, maybe the next time you're at a gas station and get some coins back, you'll walk away holding a $1.5 million treasure without even knowing it. Now, before you go digging through every penny in your house, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, because I've got plenty more tips on rare coins, hidden treasures, and ways to make money from your pocket change. And if you've ever found a rare or valuable coin, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Alright, folks, buckle up, because today we're diving into a coin that might just change your life. Picture this: you're digging through an old piggy bank, maybe searching for enough change to grab a coffee, and boom, you stumble upon a 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. No big deal, right? Wrong. That little copper coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.60 million. Yeah, you heard me right now. I know what you're thinking. Wait, did I just casually spend one of these at a vending machine? If so, don't panic, but also, maybe panic just a little. Because today, we're breaking down exactly what makes this penny so valuable, how to spot one, and most importantly, how you can cash in if you find one. And stick around till the end, because I've got a personal story about a coin mistake that still haunts me to this day. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Alright, let's get nerdy for a second. The US Mint usually stamps a little letter on coins to show where they were made. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia, though Philly sometimes plays it cool and doesn't bother. But here's the twist: some 1991 pennies were struck without a mint mark, and this is where things get spicy. A handful of these coins have a rare minting error that makes them super valuable. We're talking about where parts of the design look blurry or doubled. If Lincoln looks like he's trying to escape the coin, you might have a winner. Some were mistakenly printed on dime-sized blanks, making them ultra-rare. The rarest 1991 no-mint mark pennies, especially those in pristine condition, have been auctioned for up to $1.6 million. That's more than some people's houses. So, how do you know if you've got $1 million penny? Here's a quick checklist: flip it over and check under the year. If there's no letter, you're on the right track. Use a magnifying glass to spot any doubling, off-centering, or weird shapes. The shinier, the better. Coins in mint state, meaning they look brand new, are worth the most. A normal penny weighs 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it could be on the wrong metal. Now, if you find one and your heart is racing, don't just start spending it. Get it professionally graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC to verify its value. Let's say you hit the jackpot and find a 1991 no-mint mark penny worth serious money. First off, congrats. Second, don't just list it on eBay for $10. Follow these steps, they can help you get top dollar. Cleaning a coin can actually destroy its value. Let it keep its original look. Trust me, you don't want to be the person who washes $1 million coin and turns it into pocket change. Alright, I promised you a personal story, and here it is. A few years ago, I was at a flea market and spotted an old penny in a junk box labeled 10 cents each. Being the coin nerd I am, I dug through it and found a 1969 S double die Lincoln penny, one of the rarest pennies ever. I was thrilled. But here's where I messed up: I was so excited, I thought, let me clean this up so it looks even better. Big mistake. I grabbed a toothbrush and some soap, gave it a little scrub, and completely ruined it. Instead of a $100,000 coin, I had a very shiny 1-cent piece. Lesson learned, never clean your coins. I still kick myself over that, but hey, we live and learn. Hopefully, my mistake saves one of you from doing the same thing. Alright, so let's recap. The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth $1.6 million, and it might be hiding in your couch cushions right now. If you find one, check for minting errors, don't clean it, and get it professionally graded. And hey, if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos coming on hidden treasures in your pocket change, coin collecting strategies, and the biggest money-making mistakes to avoid. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Who knows? Your next penny might just make you a millionaire. Hey there, coin lovers. Imagine this, you're digging through your pocket change, maybe grabbing some quarters for a vending machine, when boom, you come across a regular old penny. Nothing special, right? Well, what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth $1.70 million? Yeah, you heard me right. A single 2017 Lincoln penny has been sold for that jaw-dropping amount. Now, before you start emptying out every coin jar in your house, let's talk about why this penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how you might just hit the jackpot with the right coin in your collection. And trust me, stick around because I have a story about how I once almost spent a valuable coin on a pack of gum. Let's just say I still have nightmares about it. Alright, first things first, what makes the 2017 Lincoln penny so special? After all, this isn't some ancient treasure from the bottom of the ocean. This is a modern coin that most people wouldn't look twice at. The key is in the mistakes. That's right. Some of the most valuable coins in history are worth a fortune because of errors. The 2017 penny has a rare minting mistake that collectors are obsessed with. We're talking about a double die error, off-center strikes, and in some cases, a unique composition flaw that gives the coin an odd appearance under certain lighting. Now, if you're wondering what a double die error is, think of it like a blurry photocopy, except it's on a penny. The design gets slightly duplicated, making the letters and numbers look a little shadowed or distorted. Some of these errors are easy to spot with the naked eye, while others might need a magnifying glass. Another thing that can boost the value? A pristine condition. If you have a 2017 penny that's in top-notch shape, meaning no scratches, no signs of being tossed around in a junk drawer, it could be worth thousands, even if it doesn't have an error. But if you find one with both an error and a high grade, you're looking at some serious money. And now, let's talk market value. The highest recorded sale for this coin? A mind-blowing $1.7 million. That's enough to buy a luxury car, pay off student loans, or if you're me, build a massive coin collection and live like Scrooge McDuck. But even if yours isn't quite worth that much, some of these pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not bad for a coin most people ignore. Okay, let me tell you about the time I almost lost a valuable coin. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, completely exhausted, just wanting a snack. I dug into my pocket, grabbed some change, and handed it over for a candy bar. As I walked away, I took one last look at the penny I almost spent, and I swear my heart stopped. It was a rare 1972 double die penny worth thousands. Let me tell you, I snatched that coin back so fast, I think the cashier thought I was about to rob the place. Moral of the story? Always check your change before spending it. Never underestimate a penny. The 2017 Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but it could be worth life-changing money. If you want to find one, start checking your spare change, coin rolls from the bank, and even your couch cushions. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight, and if you love learning about valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of tips, tricks, and crazy stories about rare coins that could be hiding right under your nose. Don't miss out because the next $1 million coin could be in your pocket right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into treasure. Now, imagine this. You're digging through an old jar of pennies, maybe one you've had for years, and boom, you stumble across a simple, everyday-looking penny. It's a 1994 Lincoln penny, no mint mark. You think, meh, it's just a penny. But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth a mind-blowing $1.80 million? Yeah, that's right, $1.8 million for a single penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, a regular OL penny? No way. But today, we're diving into exactly why this penny is so valuable, how to spot one, and what makes it such a big deal in the coin collecting world. Plus, I'll share a funny little story about how I almost threw away a rare coin without even knowing it. You don't want to miss this one, so grab your change jar, because by the end of this video, you might just be a millionaire without even knowing it. Let's go, alright, so let's break it down. The 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, Philly pennies don't have a mint mark, so that part isn't unusual. But what makes this particular penny special is a mix of rare errors, die variations, and a little bit of numismatic magic. Some of these rare 1994 pennies were struck with an ultra-high relief design, meaning the details on Lincoln's face and the lettering are sharper than usual. Others have an unusual doubling effect, known as doubling die errors, where the text or image appears slightly doubled. If you have one with this error, you're looking at serious cash, but the real jackpot comes from a few pennies that were accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchet. Instead of the standard zinc core with a copper coating, these rare pennies were struck on solid copper blanks or even foreign coin planchets, making them one-of-a-kind rarities. Now, before you start dumping out your couch cushions, let's talk about what to look for. A normal 1994 penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but a rare error penny might weigh 3.1 grams or more due to a different metal composition. A small digital scale can be your best friend here. If you see doubling on the text or Lincoln's profile, you might have a valuable doubled die error. A rare copper penny will have a slightly darker, richer color than the usual zinc pennies. Also, try the ping test, tapping it on a hard surface. Copper coins make a slightly higher pitched sound than zinc ones. If you think you've hit the jackpot, send your penny to PCGS or NGC for authentication. A certified rare 1994 penny can sell for hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, at auction. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why on earth would someone pay almost $2 million for a single penny? Well, coin collectors love rarity, errors, and history. The 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny checks all those boxes. It's like finding a misprinted baseball card of Babe Ruth. Serious collectors will pay big money to own a unique piece of history. Plus, the coin market is hotter than ever, with wealthy collectors competing to own the rarest coins. One of these rare pennies went up for auction and completely blew expectations out of the water, selling for $1.8 million. And the best part? The seller originally found it in pocket change. Imagine turning a single penny into a lifetime of financial security. Alright, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. He had a dusty old coffee can filled with pennies, and I, being the self-proclaimed coin nerd of the family, decided to take a look. Most of them were just regular pennies, but one caught my eye. It was a 1969 Lincoln penny with a weird doubling effect. I didn't think much of it and almost tossed it back, but something told me to hold on to it. I did a little research, and turns out it was a 1969 doubled die penny, one of the rarest Lincoln pennies out there. Long story short? I sold it for over $30,000. If I had thrown it back into the can, I would have lost out on what basically amounted to a new car. Always check your pennies. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight, alright? So now you know the shocking truth about the 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. It's rare, valuable, and might just be sitting in your pocket or piggy bank right now. If you've got some old pennies lying around, start checking them today, because finding the right one could change your life. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth serious money, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. We drop new videos all the time, showing you how to turn everyday pocket change into big bucks. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Maybe you've got a hidden gem and don't even know it.